How's it going? David from Comic Book Investments. So in this video, we're going to look at 5 keys that are heating up, meaning they're going up in price. Some of them breaking all-time records, some of them just going up for the meantime. We'll dive into all these numbers. And actually, doing these videos, I never know what they're going to turn into. Just going into it, I have my own idea of why I'm doing these videos. But I just got an interesting comment. Someone was like, "Thank you for doing these videos. Because I watched your videos, I decided to go through some old comics I had, and I found like 18 grand worth of stuff based off of, watching my videos and seeing, different prices of things." So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I never thought someone could use this as, basically like a price guide. I just kind of like told the sales data and showing what's going up and going down, never really thinking that like, oh, this is people, using it to gauge off what my comics are actually worth, things like that. I just thought people just found it interesting. Like, oh, it's going up. I don't even have these comics, or I do, or I don't. No intent of selling it or whatever. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, let's just get into the video. All right, first we got Spider-Man 14, first appearance of Green Goblin. A 3.0 is up 12% from 1900 to 2125. A 6.0 is up 13% from 35.40 to 39.95, and an 8.5 is up 25% from 8,400 to a little over $10,000, which ties for an all-time record, which their all-time record for this book at an 8.5 was about a year ago. So as you can see, it kind of went up, peaked, went down, but hit an all-time record. Well, tied for an all-time record. So people say like, oh, economy's doing bad. Yes. Things are going down. Yes, of course. But there's still good books are still going up. That's just the nature of the game. A lot of things that are going down should have never went up to begin with. And it's a lot of supply and demand issue. There's also a lot of comics going down because they're hot and then they've since dropped, not as hot anymore. Usually tied to some movie or TV show or something like that. But this is a Green Goblin. Spider-Man has a huge, huge rogues gallery. Huge. I mean, probably the biggest. And Green Goblin is at the top of the list. I mean, I would say Venom's really popular, but Venom's also more of like not a true villain. But Green Goblin is probably his arch nemesis, is Batman and Joker, Spider-Man, Green Goblin. I'm like running through all the villains in my head. I think, yeah, Green Goblin is Spider-Man's like #1 villain. So this will always be a good book long term. If you paid $10,500 for this book and you paid a record price, do I think that this is a bad investment long term? No, I do not. I think you did a good job. And yes, could you maybe try to get a little cheaper? A little bit, but not too much. And I think this will be a good book long term. All right, next we got Batman 222. This is where Batman meets the Beatles. A 6.5 is up 12% from 305 to 342. And then a 9.0 is up 46% from 412. Last 9.0 sold was in 2020, now selling for 600, and a 9.4 is up 27% from in August, selling for 1020. Now one sold for 1299. As you see, this kind of all over the map. This is a record as well for the 9.4, 1299. A lot of DCs didn't get the comic boom that the Marvel saw. I couldn't tell you exactly why. My guess would be that Marvels just tend to be a lot more popular. DCs have a steady fan base, so they don't really see huge spikes in things. Also, let's be honest, DC hasn't really done much in terms of, TV and movies as much as Marvel has, so that could probably play into a role a little bit. Nonetheless, Batman meeting the Beatles. And you guys know how I feel about the Beatles if you watched the previous video that I did. But nonetheless, it's a Neil Adams cover. Actually, this was a subscriber. Like I always say, comment below on these videos a book that you want me to check out. Maybe I'll check it out and it'll be going up. Maybe it'll be going down. At least put it in the comments and I'll try to get to them. I don't get to everyone's, but this is someone requested. So I put it up there and this is going up. Do I think this is a good long-term investment? Yes, I do. You got the Beatles. You also got Neil Adams' Batman. So it's always going to be kind of like a minor key of its in its own right. Next, we got Fear number 10. An 8.5 is up 39% from 234 to 325. A 9.2 is up 16% from 400 to 464. And a 9.4 is up to $1,000 from 699. That is up 67%. The reason why this is up is because Man Thing was in that TV show, movie, special presentation, whatever Marvel wants to call it. It was good. I liked it. Did I love it? No, but I liked it a lot. I love Man Thing. I thought he was a standout character in the movie. I mean, he didn't really say much, but nonetheless, it's not his first appearance. First appearance is Savage Tales #1. I believe this is his first comic book appearance, like because Savage Tales is actually a magazine. So you got Fear 10. This is when he starts out, and he had a little stint in Fear, and then he moved into his own magazine. But this is going up because of that. Now, do I think this is going to hold? No, I don't think it's going to hold. I think it's going to dip a little bit. But this is not like a super sought after book to begin with. If you're going to get Man Thing, like his first appearance gets Savage Tales, that's still doing pretty well. And I think that book will hold. It might dip a little bit, but that will hold. This one, I think it'll drop a little bit in the next coming months. Next, we got Invincible #2, second appearance of Invincible. A 9.4 is up 32% from 250 to 329. A 9.6 is up 25% from 289 to 360. And a 9.8 is up only 2% from 700 to 716. But the reason why I put it on here is look at that graph. It's just pretty much steady going up. Yeah, it's going like this on its way up, but it's pretty much just going up. The reason why is they renewed this, I believe, for season 2 and season 3 of the TV show. I actually really enjoyed this. It's an animated show. Has J. Jonah Jameson as Omni-Man. Now I'm blanking on his name. He's the All-State guy. He also was in Whiplash. Whatever his name is. Someone's going to correct me. It's on top of my mind. But anyways, he's Omni-Man. I like the cartoon a lot. I'm waiting for season 2. That's probably why this book is going up. Also, this is not like, Invincible 1, Invincible 2. Usually, this actually came out before Walking Dead. So will this get to the heights of like how Walking Dead was? I don't think so. Maybe if they do some kind of movie with this down the line. I mean, #1 is pretty expensive actually, and it went down for a little bit, but once season 2 comes back around, I think it will start going up again. I personally have many copies of #1. I've been holding them back because I think this will be like a pretty big hit. All right, last on the list is Night Nurse #1. A 5.5 is up 13% from 190 to 215. An 8.5 is up 28% from 500 to 640. And a 9.8 hit an all-time record. Yes. During the comic boom last year, a 9.8 sold for $27,600. Now one recently just sold for $33,600. That is up 22%. So yes, comics are still breaking records every day. Every day. So Night Nurse breaking a record. It's kind of a lower print run Bronze Age book. 33,000. If you had to ask me if that, I couldn't tell you if it's a good deal. Where is it going to be in 5-10 years? I don't think there will be many more 9.8s coming on the market. I think it's going to hover around this price. I could definitely see one in say like 2-3 years time, a 9.8 popping up and it going lower than 33,000. But then again, I could see, this book in 10 years time selling for 50 grand. I don't know. You never really know. To me, because it's not the first appearance of Night Nurse. The first appearance of Night Nurse is Linda Carter, Student Nurse #1. And that's from 1955, 54, 57. I don't know, somewhere around there. I'm trying to go off the top of my head. But that's her first appearance. She later appeared as this. She's played by Rosario Dawson in the Daredevil TV show. Yeah, it's just hard. It's hard to say with this book. I I feel like to me personally, this is one of those books that the reason why this is popular is more of not like people are like, oh my gosh, I really love Linda Carter, Night Nurse. Like, did you read that series? Yeah, best series in the world. Not like a Spider-Man. Like, oh, I love Spider-Man. I feel like this is one of those things where it's like the rarity and scarcity and the weirdness of it kind of made it, because this only lasted 4 issues and then it was canceled because it was no good. No one read it. No one liked it. And it's like one of those things that this kind of had like this cult following, and the cult following is what made it valuable. And then it just got into this weird space where, oh, it's valuable. And so everyone wants it because, oh, it's valuable. It's not like, oh, I really want this book because I'm the biggest Night Nurse fan there is. And, there's tens of thousands of Night Nurse fans out there. No, not really. It's a weird, it's just in this weird space. This is at least my opinion of it. It's just in this weird space where it just got to this point where it's valuable, and everyone just knows, oh, it's valuable. You got to get this because there's not that many, and even though it's not like it's super rare. I've had multiple copies, and you can never a 9.8, and you can just go online anytime. But even like a 3.0, a 5.0 is still decently priced. It's like hundreds of dollars for this book. And I find it so weird. I'm trying to think of like another book like that, where it's like, why is this book expensive? It really shouldn't be expensive. It's just odd. It's very odd. The demand is not because of the characters. The demand is because of like, I don't know, something like some weird cultural, like just got into this weird area of why it's demand. I don't know. Let me know. Is Night Nurse like a massive, huge character of yours? Like, oh, I put her in the top 5 of my favorite all-time Marvel characters or something like that. No, I would never see that. But for 33,000 for 9.8. Think about other Bronze Age from that era. Like, would it be even come close to that? Who do we got? Okay, what about Iron Fist? Around the same time. Iron Fist, Marvel Premiere 15. Well, it's not even her first appearance. So it's more like Iron Fist 1. Put it like that, because Iron Fist's first appearance was in Marvel Premiere 15. Her first appearance was actually Linda Carter's student nurse. So this is more of like an Iron Fist 1. So it's not his first appearance, it's a later appearance. Off the top of my head, I don't think an Iron Fist number 1, 9.8 goes for $33,000. I mean, I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head. I could be wrong. I'll look it up and I'll put down if I was wrong in this video. But yeah, have a good weekend.